Senator Wall, and
thank you very much, Laska here. Look, and it's hard to follow those words, heartfelt words from Senator Black, but I'm going to try. Minister, I want to welcome you to the House tonight, and there can be no doubt that one of the hardest industries hit by COVID is the live music and entertainment industry. Once again, it is this industry that is being told that they must reduce their numbers attending their venues. It is this industry who are listening to the prospect of further restrictions on their venues where they perform. I recently raised the case of a late-night venue in my hometown of Athy who had reached out because of the falling numbers at their venue. They were crying out for support, saying that unless there was a reintroduction of previous assistance offered by government, they would simply have to close their doors with a loss of jobs. My colleague, Councillor Neil McNeilis, has informed me of the Roisin Dove venue in Galway. I've spoken to its owner, Simon Heaslip, who described the current situation as brutal and simply mental torture. He has all his 17 sold-out performances cancelled. Some of these shows are now cancelled for the third and the fourth time. Operators must ring those who have booked the ticket each time, putting 3 times more work on staff. As we all know, December is the most important month for all the operators of these live music venues, as January, February and March are traditionally the worst months of the year. Yet December, as in the case of the Roisin Dove and many more venues, is simply a write-off. I do want to acknowledge the package that recently announced by the government. It will make some difference to those venues, but without the doors opening, their December take is but a very, very small fraction of what they took in 2019. And of course, the landlords of these venues must still be paid their rent, and those operating those venues must still pay their mortgages on their own homes. Many, like Simon, that I've spoken to, Minister, acknowledge your input into this brutal situation as they describe it, and thank you for such. But they want more, and I'm sure that you know that they are still suffering. I also want to mention the people that Senator Black has so eloquently mentioned. Indeed, today I took the opportunity at second stage of the Social Welfare Bill to raise the concerns of many of those performing with the Minister for Social Protection, who was in with us. In acknowledging the reintroduction of PUP, I asked the Minister to relook at the rates of this payment, particularly for those in the live entertainment industry. In December of last year, Government, through the Department of Social Protection, increased the threshold for self-employed people who can now earn up to $960 over an 8-week period while retaining their PUP entitlement, which was obviously an increase. It was rightly welcomed by many at the time. The Department of Social Protection described this as a new measure that would allow a self-employed person to take an intermittent job or a one-off gig without losing their entitlement. The problem now, Minister, as we all know, for so many in the live music industry, in particular those who find themselves on the lower rate of PUP, is that they have no more one-off gigs, they have no more intermittent jobs, they have no additional income, and they and their families are suffering terribly at this time. Like many members, I'm sure, here tonight, and many members have mentioned Jackie Comboy and indeed the Music and Entertainment Association of Ireland. I know my colleague, Senator Marie Sherlock, has continued to raise the plight of those now stuck on this payment, and indeed highlighted the many issues that I've spoken about previously. And I want to also pay tribute to my colleague, Senator Black, for her contribution here tonight, which I think has been very important for all those. Because the simple fact, Minister, is, as I'm sure you've heard from your meetings with the MAAI, that many of their members are professional musicians and many operate professional supports to the industry, but they also own houses, they have families, they have mortgage, they have loans, and they simply can't pay them back at this time. Because I've said previously, there is no more one-off gigs and there is no other employment at this time. I would ask you, Minister, to reach out to the MAAI in the coming days, listen to what they have to say on behalf of their members, and please help these professionals who are calling out for so much help at this time as we in the run-up to Christmas. Minister, there was also supposed to be a 3-week review in the reopening after October the 22nd. You might let us know in your reply if that ever took place and what was its findings. I also want to ask you about the protocol and regulations to community halls throughout and social halls throughout the country. It is clear from conversations with colleagues like Councillor John Pratt down in Waterford that online booking is simply not working for them and the halls are not operating. Can I finish by thanking you once again, Minister? I hope we can work towards, as has been said, a basic income for those in this industry, that their talents and the talents that we all enjoy and that we all admire can definitely work for. Thank you very much, Laska.